Welcome back to Legion's Landing, where we break down mythic legions, cosmic legions, anything by Four Horsemen Studios, whether it's figure obscura as well. And they announced they announced this week that they are doing a Reinforcements 2 wave of figures. They previously did some reinforcements where you basically can army build old figures, just kind of basic figures. They're not necessarily named characters, they're just to fill out your armies. Here's just a quick little overview of all of them, and pretty excited about some of these. Once I was pleasantly surprised by one. I was like, I didn't think I would like it, but I'm like liking it a lot more. But really great list here. Some old figures, some upgraded figures, some new additions added to the base figures. But yeah, how are you feeling about this wave, Josh?
I think it's very good, especially they're following that trend that they've done previously. So like previously, All-Stars waves like 1 through 4 were all reissues, and then 2 new tribute He-Man figures. Right. And then with recently All-Stars 5 and 6, they switched over to where they were doing like 2 or 3 reissues, and then the rest would be new figures. And if we look back to Reinforcements 1, it was just straight repacks. And you even got one of the Reinforcements 1, right? The Orc Legion, that's the Reinforcements 1. And it was like, I think it was like 6 or 7 figures. It's about the same amount, but it was all reissues. And there was nothing new about them. Whereas this one is they kind of learn, maybe because while it's good for customizers and builders, maybe some people might just feel underwhelmed because maybe they're just hardcore Legions fans and they just feel like they don't really need anything here. But even with the reissues, right, there's like 1, 2, 3,
should be 3
4
reissued.
1, okay. 2, 3, 4. So yeah, there's the 3 plus the Silverhorn Sentry.
Right.
So there's 4 reissues, and Silverhorn Sentry is just straight repack, whereas the other 3 are
there's some new things to them.
Yeah, there's some new things, and then the other ones are completely new
characters.
So it's true. It's like a way for everybody, and I like that they're kind of catering towards the people who've ridden with them forever and kind of new collectors like us.
I think the Four Horsemen does a really great job of listening to their community, and not only listening but acting on that, right? Making those changes to better their line, right? But yeah, so let's go ahead and break it down. First up, we have the Golden Knight. Now, from my research, this was from the Kickstarter wave, right?
Yes, from the very, very first Kickstarter, before there even was a storehorseman.com. So, like, if you have this figure, you're a diehard, bro. Or you paid eBay scalp, you got scalped.
Right. Which that's tough, but yeah. So it is from that first wave. It is coming. They did say new paint, so it's like a new paint job. I'm not sure if it's like a brighter gold or a shinier gold, and also an extra head. This is the base head, but it does come with the bucket head. This is my favorite head sculpt here from this night,
which is awesome, right? So yeah, like they're not as reissues, and you're getting extra value because because it's such an old figure.
Yeah,
it's like a better value to get like newer army builders or even like from Legions or Cosmic, right, than to get this one. So at least they're adding an extra head, because we've talked about it before where we mentioned like, why would it's just hard to justify the old figures when you can get such a better product now.
Or you get a new one, right? Better articulation, better joint. Like, yeah, I agree.
More accessories, yeah.
So this one does come with that extra head, and with it being an army builder, it is kind of basic, right? There's no sigil on the shield. Sword's kind of a plain, and it's all just one color, which is great for customizers.
Yeah, but it does look like there's like a black wash on there, right?
With the paint job, it does look like the detailing, the crevices, they are very prominent. So there could potentially be a wash.
I think so. And I think that's what they're saying when there's new paint. Because I think on the Kickstarter one, there was no black wash. I think it was just a solid gold, right? Whereas like it really brings out the details and the sculpt with that. Maybe it's not that expensive to do a black wash because it's just watered down black paint, right?
Right. You just dip the figure and rinse it dry or damp it dry,
exactly.
And then
however they do it. Yeah, however they do it. So that might be part of the new version 2 version.
Which is great. It really does add to all the armor plating. It just shines through, makes everything pop for sure. But there's everything you'll be getting with them, with the Golden Knight army builder. Next up, a Cavern Dwarf. Everyone loves the dwarves. Got to have the dwarves in there, right? And honestly, this is pretty cool. So they are saying that they did a swap from the old head to get a new one included on this one, and it is painted to match this one as well.
Yeah, so this was part of the deluxe Legion builders that they released, and it was like a relatively new head, right? We've only seen it in deluxe Legion builders and waves forward, where that is like the
original
base, the classic head. Yep.
Yeah, this one comes with a braided beard, and honestly, this is Trevor who shot these, of course, 1/6 shooter. When I first saw this picture, I was like, dang, they like throw in some blue in that beard.
Yeah.
But no, it's just a straight black, which is fine. Like you can add your own blue if you want. But again, it is army builders. It is cool to kind of see. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Are those pauldrons the same size as like the ones on the orcs?
Correct. Yep.
Okay.
So yeah, you have those same pauldrons. Even like the loin piece is swappable. The chest piece is the same piece. The only thing that changes is the arms and the legs, actually.
Oh, okay.
Everything else is interchangeable. But yeah, you can see like how much they progress. Like if you see, look at this one. It doesn't. I wouldn't say doesn't look bad, right? But it has the new head has so much more detail compared to this one.
Oh yeah, like just throughout the whole. That's like a Rohirrim helmet, you know. It's got all the
You're right.
intricacies, and this is just more blocky.
Yeah.
And they used to sculpt by hand, right?
Yes, they did.
And now they do it like digitally.
Yeah.
So you can get so much more detail.
Which definitely shows, right? The intricacies on the other helmet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. But yeah, cool to get that hammer boy here. Big little dwarf there, friend, for you. All right, next up.
Oh, wait, and we should mention the prices on these. So like,
right.
Those are both Legion builders. So like with this being reinforcements, majority of the wave, like 80% of this wave, are going to retail for $25. And we'll tell you when it doesn't retail.
Which is just to put that in perspective, friends. You're picking up Marvel Legends brand new
for $25.
Just a figure and maybe an extra set of hands.
Maybe some effects.
An effect piece for $25. And here you're getting a fully detailed, fully articulated, like just the difference in value, the difference in what you're paying for is really shows here. But yeah, $25 for these Legion builders.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right. Next up, we are getting the ogre. Is what they're calling him. It's an ogre skill reinforcement, big old boy. And what's cool with this guy, what I'm excited for, is they gave him a Cyclops head. So they repainted it from the Archimedes head, and they painted him green to be part of an orc, a cyclopean orc head, which is so cool.
Once again, it just caters to both parties of Legion's fan, right?
Old and new, right? Yeah,
exactly, right? Yeah, because this was released during the Colosseum Mythic Legions wave, and so it makes sense, right? Because it was like the Colosseum theme, and that was the basic head where it was more like a faceless soldier, and then Archimedes in that wave was the named character, so that you could see his face and everything.
Okay.
Right? He was more expensive because he had a lot more paint.
Right. Okay.
And this one, I believe the problem is do you know how much they're soliciting this for?
I don't.
Okay, so
not get the prices on these.
The issue is that there has been like a price increase, right? So like when we bought the ogre Legion builder, I believe it was like $50.
Okay.
But maybe since all the inflation things that have happened, maybe this might be 55. We'll see.
We'll see.
Because they haven't said. They really haven't said. I've checked all over their Instagram, and they haven't said.
I think they're waiting for once it gets announced, the full thing.
But of course, this is, since it is an ogre scale, but it's an ogre scale Legion builder. Because ogre scales usually go for like 65. So I assume this will be anywhere between 50 and 55.
Okay. Yeah, but honestly, like, amazing figure. I'm kind of tempted if I do see this, if I get this when they do the in-stock sale later, to get at least one of these, because I do have an orc already, and to get a Cyclops orc would be sick, dude.
Yeah, and it's just more value, right? Because like when I bought this, I was paying $50 for just the one head. So even if they do price increase maybe $5, that's for inflation, but you're also getting an extra head, which we didn't get when we first got this. So the value's still there.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Another thing is this is the ogre scale body, so it's a 9.5 inches tall figure. So it's not a 6-inch figure, right? It's a big guy.
It's a taller figure for sure. All right, but there is the ogre. We'll see.
And you look at that. You can get soft goods too.
Yeah, it's worth it, guys.
It's worth it.
First skirt there, man. Not bad. Not bad at all for this ogre here.
This one doesn't have it doesn't lack complete all paint, as you can see in the crevices of his joints and muscles. there is a black spray going on. So it's not paintless.
It's overspray, yeah.
Yeah.
Not bad. Okay, next up, the Templar Relic Guard. Everyone loves Templar Knights, right?
Exactly.
And this is, so previously these three here, the Ogre, the Dwarf, and the Gold Knight, these are reissues with either additional heads that were painted or
extra paint.
Yeah. Just like upgrades is what they were calling them. Just different things like that for this wave. So those are the three reissues that we've talked about currently. Templar Relic Guard is a new character. So his story is like he's protecting some deep cavern and no one knows like who they report to. They're just kind of like their own little entity there, which I don't know, I think is really cool. And I love the black and white Templar look.
Yeah, it looks cool. And it, like you said, in Reinforcements 1, the Templar, the red, the red and white one was the first one to sell out. And so I think they were just like, we want to give everybody a chance to this, but we just don't want to reissue it because we've already reissued it like 3 times now.
Right. Okay.
And so this is that way, you can still get a Templar, but it's not exactly the right one.
Not the red and white, but you get a Templar regardless, nonetheless. But big old bucket hat there, and the bucket hat with horns. So really cool there. I do dig this though. The loincloth, the armor plating. I do want to kind of get one of these just to mess around with that type of armor, the cleaner armor.
And you're right. Like it's not using. Like it's very different from the red and white Templar because the red and white Templar is a very old figure. So it's using all the updated armor pieces. Like all that is the new stuff.
Oof, man, just looks so good. Love the plating that they're achieving on this. And it's a nice shiny silver as well. So can't beat that, man.
And the return of the frog helmet. The frog helmet is a rare helmet. Honestly, it's only ever come with the Silver Knight from like a few waves back. So this is only the second time I think that we've gotten the frog helmet. So it's a rare piece. That's
cool. And it's big, it's beefy. I saw Emil Wickman. He was able to tear it apart apparently if he heated up enough.
Oh, really?
I don't know what custom he's planning, but something that requires that to be broken apart. But yeah, no, I'm excited for this Templar Knight. I think it looks great. But yeah. All right. Next up, the Vampire Flat. How do you say that?
I don't know. Phalanx? I don't know.
Phalanx. Phalanx. Is it? I'm not sure.
I honestly don't know.
Phalanx.
We don't know.
This is the sleeper hit for me. This
really?
is a new character. Yeah, again, I was vampires, that whole like, I'm not about it. I'm not here for it.
Straight up.
The look of this character, like the vibe he gives off, I love the black armor on this thing. And just purple, like it works so well for me. I mean, I don't know what it is. And it just screams like agileness, quickness. I don't know. Very, very fitting for a vampire, of course. And apparently they teased this with the upcoming retailer exclusive Father Christmas. So the second issue of the Father Christmas, they threw in a knight's head to match this specific figure. So it's always cool to see how Four Horsemen, how far out that things are planned, like where they can do these goodies and these teases without us even knowing. So.
Something when I see this figure, let me see the shoulder part. Go to the next picture. I think. Oh, okay. So it's the helmet. I was like, I don't think I've ever seen those shoulder pieces, but no, those little those are part of his helmet.
Oh, the top fins, yeah.
Yeah, those fins. I was thinking it was like a new shoulder piece. When I saw that, I was like, I've never seen that shoulder piece, but no, it's attachments on his head. Okay.
Right here, it looks like the part of the
yeah, that's what I thought. I was like, that's a sick shoulder piece, but no, it's not. No.
It's his helmet fins, yeah. Could care less about the vampire head, but man, everything else, sick. Which the head's the easiest part to swap, right?
Yeah, and once again, $25 for this, they don't look like a $25 figure. Especially because they're just using so many different colors, even though they're just solid colors, like there's no paint or washes on it. There's just the brown, the blacks, and the purples that it makes it look like there is paint.
Right, yeah. This is just throughout the figure. Yeah, no, I think this one, again, sleeper hit. Did not think I would like this.
Sleeper hit.
But it showed up.
You're calling it sleeper hit. We'll see.
It showed up for sure. And there's that second head sculpt that you get with its face down. And man, that just looks sick, dude.
And this is a new helmet. This is a helmet I've never seen in any Mythic Legions. I'm 100% sure this is a new helmet. But what's cool about it is they're using Vorgus Vermilius's bucket.
Oh, wow.
No, it's not a new helmet. It's new attachment pieces. So yeah, it's Vorgus Vermilius's helmet with attachments, the new attachments. Because before it was like horns they were using on Vorgus. So it's just new fins, but it looks phenomenal with those fins.
Yeah, and honestly, like looking at this figure, throwing in some like red for my Wukong, some of the cape, the Ascot, even from the Mask of the Red Death Man, you can make some sick. That black and red's gonna be perfect. Yeah. So excited about this one, even though it's a vampire.
When you put on the helmet, though, it's like,
oh, it's just anything you want it to be.
Yeah, right? It could be just like a Dark Knight. Yeah. Yeah,
and see, yeah, those fins are portable from the old head and new head, so you could port different things into it.
Yeah,
which is so cool. Add that pop and swap. There's everything. Get that trident, sword, some belts to hold everything, pauldrons, hand and shield.
You get one of the new belts, man. Those are the new belts.
Oh yeah,
you get one old, one new.
Yeah,
usually you just get the old. Now you're getting 2 new belts.
Get that new one. All right, there's that phalanx. Next up, Shadow Orc Grunt. This guy's cool too.
Yeah, this one's my favorite. I love this guy.
It is an orc, right? But it's the Shadow Orcs, right? Where they go, it's the darker ones. It's a brand new character, and that weapon is gorgeous. Those pauldrons, like as simple as they are, just perfect, man. Perfect for like this fit here that he's got going on.
Yeah, and that's actually what they call the Sword Horseman. And it comes few and far between. It's come a couple times now, but it's like a very intricate sword. Yeah. And I don't know. I think especially the silver armor just works well with the black skin, I think.
I think it does too. I think it makes it, I don't know, it just makes it look darker. Makes it look more like a shadow, right?
Yeah.
So this is sick, dude. You get in 2 head sculpts, you get in that classic orc, which is the one I have.
Yeah.
But just in the shadow form with the second head. And yeah, I love that sword that he has, man. That thing is sick and amazing.
The Sword Horseman, man.
Yeah, I do like that, man. Yeah, just a great job on this. Yet even though like this is basically a figure I have, it's so different. Different chest.
Well, not really. Yeah, the chest is new.
The shoulders, legs.
Only the arms and legs.
I don't have the feet. I don't have those feet.
The only thing they're reusing from the Orc Legion Builder is the head, the gauntlets, and the shins. That's it.
And everything else. The neck piece there too. Like this kind of is what I have. Just the different chest, pauldrons, and skirt. Yeah.
And one thing to point is that helmet. That one is new for sure. Not this one. That one.
This one, with the horns.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's
that is a new helmet. That's new. That's new.
It looks good, man. Just that different
I like the overbite.
Yeah.
Or the underbite. Sorry. Yeah, I like that.
And I like that it's different teeth too. It's not just reusing a different thing. It's completely different. So yeah, not bad for this Shadow Orc. And who's the Shadow Orc that recently, like Gorthok?
Yeah.
Yeah, so now you can build some of his army.
We'll get there. Yeah, we'll get there. Yeah. Exactly.
So next up here we have Silverhorn of Sentry. This was kind of the last one, and we should have talked about this before we started here. All of these 6 figures here were given to people of the Mythic Legions community. Either they're toy tubers, or just people that write articles for them or take pictures, photographers. And they were given to the people in the community, and they were able to do the reveals for them. They did YouTube videos, right? Just such a cool thing to incorporate the community that way. Something that Four Horsemen always does and is always so amazing at. And honestly, like it's why I wanted. It's one of the reasons why I wanted to join the Mythic Legions community, because it just seems so close knit, seems so supportive, and it seems so rewarding as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they've always been that way. Like even where like Jeremy, like back when nobody knew about Mythic Legions, like Jeremy was the one that was doing the Mythic Customs podcast like on YouTube.
Right.
They freaking hired him. He's like the marketing manager now or something like that. Like he works there full time now. Yeah, they're really awesome.
Very impressive in that. And so Toy Bro too, he did the Golden Knight. He doesn't exclusively do Mythic Legions, but he does do Mythic Legions. And so it's cool that they're open to that, right? You don't have to just be in that niche. You can just be someone who's passionate about the figures. So really cool to see that. But this last one was actually revealed by the Four Horsemen team during their live stream, the four-ish o'clock.
Horseman o'clock, yeah.
Yeah, 4-ish Horseman o'clock or whatever it is. But this is a straight reissue, correct?
Yeah, so this one's not a version 2 like the other ones where they just added some extra heads. This one's just straight repack. And something they talked about of why they did this was because during not the most recent All-Stars, not All-Stars 6, but All-Stars 5, he was like the first place loser. You know what I'm saying? So he didn't
just
make it.
Missed out.
Yeah, but of course with that data, they're like, people want this figure. He just didn't make the slots, right? There's just one slot too little for him to make it.
Right. Okay.
So they knew he was wanted by the community, and so they popped him in. Even though this is reinforcements, he will be regular price figure, right? Because he's painted and everything. He has multiple paint and washes, so he's going to be like the $37 price point.
Okay, right. The normal Mythic Legion price point.
Yes.
Yeah, and the only thing different is that they did say it will be some new packaging. You know, whether that's the blistering. That's what they said.
Okay, no, that's interesting though. I haven't heard anything about that. But do you think like they're changing from the blister card, or?
I think potentially it just might be different, like
card back.
Yeah, different insert or something, just to match, just to like be cohesive with the whole wave.
Okay,
is what I'm thinking.
Probably for like logistic reasons they have to fit it in the box.
Yeah, so whatever it may be. But yeah, no, it looks like a great figure. I love the horns, the antlers, and the hooves freak me out, but that's just because I don't like people wearing hooves. It's weird.
I like the hooves. Well, the reason why is because like he's part of like Xylana's flock, and they're like elves and woodland creatures in the sea. So Xylana, she's literally like a white deer. She has a white deer head. She's like a god, she's like a forest god, and so there's like a lot of woodland creatures, you know. So it makes sense that these are like I would say maybe they're more like deer people, or like elk people, you know,
like fawns.
Yeah, kind of like that.
It's like half goat, half human, or are they full on deer faced people?
Well, Xylana is, but everybody else I think is like humanoid. Yeah, Xylana is because she's like the goddess, right? Okay. yeah.
Interesting. So, but yeah, it's cool to get those pieces out. And I do like the color scheme, man. That green with the bronze, man.
Yeah, honestly, this is one of my favorite factions. The woodland creatures. I love this faction because, like you said, the color scheme, and I just like creatures.
Yeah, and I think it's like the woodland aspect of it too, like where that shield is more wood. It's not like metal. It does look good, man. It does look good. All right. But that's basically all 7 figures that they have revealed for this Reinforcements 2 wave. Josh, let's move into your segment here. What do we got?
Okay, so with this, honestly, if I was a new Mythic Legions collector, I know it seems overwhelming because there's so much that is gone and there's so much that's released. Yeah. But honestly, there's so much reissue, like not reissue, but there's so much reuse within the line, which is part of the line, right? It lends to the pop and swap. So reuse is not a bad thing. What I'm saying is you can get basically the Four Horsemen's piece catalog, not every paint job, right? But the piece catalog within a couple of waves. And there's no better time, there's no better entry with the Reinforcements 2 wave because of the price point, right? $25 a figure. Like if you look at the figure obscuras that are like run like 670, 65, $70, or you look at just regular figures which run 37.
Yeah.
So you're getting a $12 discount just for paint, right? The plastic quality is the same. The articulation's the same. Maybe you might get a little bit less accessories, but $12 to me, you cannot beat that discount. $25, no way.
And it's not bad. Yeah, that's actually how I got in. That's how I got my first Legion, right? Was a Legion builder. And, it was nice. It got me into them, and it's a great entry point for people.
Exactly. You're a testament to that. So here we have the Golden Knight Legion builder, but he's mixed with the Attilas Leoseer 2-pack. So remember that Gorgo Attila 2-pack that they did for the video game?
Oh yeah. Yes.
So it is kind of a harder. They did this, and I honestly think it kind of sucks because that is such a rare pack now that people might not have those pieces, right? But it does look good, right? Because the gold matches.
Looks great.
And even if you have Attila, then he can be like an Attila soldier, right? Part of his Legion.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah.
So there's that combination you can do.
It looks great. I love the red paint, red and black on the Attila, and it looks so good with that gold knight. It's so good. Just accents in the right spots,
Yeah, exactly. And here is the Golden Knight with, he was part of, what was his name? Let me see. This was the Golden Knight with, what was it? It was, that guy, he was really ugly. He was like a gray guy with like wings. And he was like bright blue, bright red, bright yellow. He was part of the All-Star 6.
Panther.
No, I can't remember, but it was a tribute figure, right? It was one of the tribute figures in the All Stars.
And he had like a white
Five
face.
Ways. It was the Panther tribute, yes, but that's not his name. You're right. Okay,
Oh.
I get what you're saying. Yeah. You're right. It was the Panther tribute, but it was not. Yeah, he had like some different name, right? So he was part of All Stars 6. Yes, you're right.
Okay.
And he came with that piece. So this is just that look, blue and yellow. They complement each other, so it looks great.
They really do. They do. And I love that helmet too. That's a cool one. But to get those like gladiator straps on him too, that's fun.
Oh, and yeah, that helmet. So this helmet is actually not part of the, what's it called? Part of the reinforcement figure, but it's in the Father Christmas goodie bag.
Oh, this is part of the goodie bag.
But not the goodie bag from the Father Christmas. It's the blue one, the retailer exclusive one.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah, so it's going to be in the blue Santa's, right?
That's so cool. Yeah. That's really cool, man. There he is, just like standard, I guess, here.
Yeah, just with the head, yeah.
Not bad. Oh, dang, dude.
Yeah,
opposites, man. Inverses.
Yeah, exactly. A lot of people noticed this, and they were saying like, is this a reissue? No, it's not a reissue. So like, this was from the deluxe Legion builders, and it's just the inverse, right? And the silver is different though. Like the one that we're getting, the relic, is a lot shinier compared to the matte one, right?
Yeah. Even the cross paint on their shields is different. It's different positions on the cross.
Yes, you're right.
Yeah, no, it's a lot shinier, and honestly, it's probably just the white, but it looks thinner too.
Yeah, the funny thing about this though is that the one on the black and white one, it was part of the deluxe Legion builders, which they're called deluxe Legion builders because they charged up a little bit more premium for them. They were, I think, $28 each, not the $25. So it was like $3 extra. Okay. And a lot of it was because they were having new pieces and new things like that. But now that they're no longer considered like new pieces, you're getting this figure, which is basically the same as just the inverse, but for $25. So think about how good of a deal it is. They're not considered deluxe Legion builders. They're just considered Legion builders.
Right, because they've progressed their line so much.
Yeah.
What other companies doing that?
Yeah.
All right. Next here is, he gets that head again.
So yeah, and then this one is from the Santa Claus, the red one, the first release, right? So the first Santa Claus, if you have that one, it had two heads in his goodie bag, which was like the surprise, right? They always do a little surprise for the figure obscura, but it was always meant for this. So like the next slide is the second head that comes in Santa's backpack.
Such a good
both
helmet.
Heads go with this figure.
Yeah, they go perfectly, man. The paintwork looks exact same. I love that knight head, man. So goofy looking.
Yeah. So if you have the original red Santa, that's what he's for. That's what those heads are for.
Yeah, there you go. Finally coming full circle for you.
And it works really well, right? Because like you can get 3 of these for $25 each, and then you can have 3 different helmets.
All 3 display options. Yeah, that's true. Not bad. All right, let's move on to the dwarf boys here.
So this one was for the recent All-Stars. This was both our Shadowhorn, remember?
Yes.
The last one we did. And so there's both of them, and then you can kind of mix and match in the next picture to get like this all new kind of, and the colors match, right? Because he has like the silver and bronze.
Yeah, he does. Having those big old pauldrons, the gold ones, match his beard. Oh, dang, what's going on here?
And then, so this one is actually, you can do within the wave, right? So if you have the Cavern Dwarf, you can mix and match with the Silverhorn Sentry. So within the wave. And I like this one. I like when they do these because,
the pauldrons,
with like the other ones, people might have missed the pre-orders, or they're really rare, like Father Christmas and Attila, like those figures are just rare. Whereas like this is something you can do with 2 figures within this wave.
Right, if you get it, you can get those matches up. Yeah, and that looks great, dude. I love that pop of green on that bronze. Looks so good. And
I think they're not using they're using like a different boot though, because the boots are not.
Yeah, those boots are different.
And honestly, I think it looks bad. Like I think they should have either went with just the regular dwarf boots, right? Not the hooves, but the dwarf boots.
The regular ones. Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah, definitely from the shoulders up and the shield, of course. Okay. All right, and then boy. we're getting crazy out here.
Yeah, so this is kind of the Silverhorn Sentry, what's it called? Cavern Dwarf plus an elf. They're using an elf loin and an elf torso. So this is like a three character, but yeah, it works, right? It looks like it could be part of Xylana's squad.
Yeah, it does. It's just a big old beardy boy, and honestly, it's so cool that those antlers and those like helmet attachments are removable. so you can just pop them anywhere else you want. Right?
Exactly. Honestly, that's the crazy thing is like the more Mythic Legions you get, the funner they get.
Yeah, yeah, they just build upon each other, and you can make new things, and that's like a cornerstone of this community, right? Just popping and swapping. All
And
right,
this is what you called. You called it, right?
man.
Exactly like you called it. It's like just like with All-Star 6, we got Gorthok as a reissue, and so he's like their big bad leader. But you can also
Right.
mix and match between them if you wanted to, right?
Right, yeah, for sure. You get different arms there. Give him a weapon. Yeah, dude, man, Gorthok is sick.
Yeah, like to get Gorthok in like 3 or 4 of these shadow orcs,
Yeah.
that'd be sick.
Yeah. And yeah, man, and just you can, even if you have like 2 or 3 of them, or even if you have one, like there's so many different options within a single figure, right? You can take the collar off, it changes the look. You can have them have one pauldron, no pauldrons, no skirt, flip the skirt around. Like there's so many options to display these figures. And so you could fill up a whole team of, shadow orcs. They don't have to be the same, man. They can all be different and wonky.
Yeah,
I'm
something
thinking
Sorry, go ahead.
No, it's just reminds me of Lord of the Rings, man. Freaking
Yeah.
Morgoth, where it's messed up face. Everyone's different. Everyone's shambled together, I love it.
Yeah. Something you can do is maybe like what I see some people do is they'll get 2 painted figures, like expensive ones. So you can get like 2 Gorthoks and then you get like 4 army builders. And you keep your one Gorthok intact, but the second Gorthok that you buy, you strip apart the pieces and distribute it evenly among the 3 Legion builders. So you get different looks, and also maybe they get better paint apps, right? Because if you see Gorthok's loincloth, it's a very intricately painted loincloth. And if you add that to that Legion builder, it's going to upgrade it,
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, no, it's so cool. Yeah, this is cool. I love the picture here too. Very ominous, very shadow orky.
Yeah.
And oh boy, who we got here?
And this one was the Panther. This is like they have like a Panther figure, and it works because the Shadow Orc, the black skin.
It's black skin. Yeah.
When they did the Panther figure, he was just all armor. They only made the tail and the head.
Okay.
But this way now you can it's like the first time you can show. Even though it's not fur, I think it still works. There's not the fur texture, but it works.
Now I'm not sure because I don't have a lot of these, but do most Mythic Legions have that tail port?
So believe it or not, if you get your Mythic Legion figure right now, you might have not ever done it, but the back loincloth piece can pop off. And it's just a port. And you can pop in the tail. It's the same port system.
Is it a circle port?
Yeah.
I noticed, because like the Mask of the Red Death also has the tail port in it.
It's like the loincloth. Yeah, it's loincloth or tail port. But usually the back loincloth is like a tiny piece. So that tail can go on any figure.
That's so cool.
Even on a dwarf, if you wanted a dwarf with a tail, it would work.
Dude, oh man, do like a weird Goku-san custom.
Yeah.
Like
you could.
Goku.
Yeah.
Emil, where's Emil Wickman?
You could.
Someone tell him to make that. All right, who we got here now? Again, looks like it's the Shadow Orc. New feet, new head, new year.
But this one's within the wave, right? So it's the Shadow Orc mixed with the Relic Templar.
Oh,
so that's nice, right? It looks it looks good.
It changes it, man. It changes it so much, especially with the feet swap. That is sick, dude. Yeah, that is nice. Okay, but yeah, there's all the pop and swaps that they've done. Some ideas, use those as starting points, use those as where you can iterate on them. But let's go ahead and break down the details for this Reinforcements 2 release. So currently what they're doing is they're doing an early release of a small number of these figures. So, but what they're doing also too is that it is an all-in only. You can't pick and choose. It's all in for $200 right now as an in-stock sale Saturday.
Wait, let's see. Is that a discount?
There is a discount there. Yes, it is a discount.
So 25, 50, 100, 125. What's 125 plus 37? 162. Legion build Orc Ogre. Ogre we'll say is
50.
Yeah. 162. That would be like 111. Oh, now 112. So maybe like a $12 discount around there.
Yeah, they were saying there was
212. Yeah, so like $12.
$12, a little bit here and there. Now they did say that these are exclusive only to Store Horsemen, and any conventions or live events that they go to, they will not be sold through retailers at all. This is also not the only chance for them. If you miss this all-in, because it's only a small number of all-ins that they have, don't worry, because they are going to be doing them through Legions Con, as well as fully stock them on a full drop, like a normal time period where you have like a month to order them as well. So there are different places where you can pick them up. So don't worry if you do miss out. Cool to get them early.
They will kind of be harder to get though, just because they're not going to be at retailers, and they're only going to be of course they'll be at any like con or table building event that they do, which is how you got yours, right? Because it's the same thing with Reinforcements 1. They did not go to like retailers. They were just
but this is an early drop, only all-ins for this, and they are limiting one per customer, one all-in per person, and then but later on when they open it up for everybody, it's as much as you want. They're not going to put a limit on it, which is great for reinforcements, right?
Yeah, so for the first reinforcements, they produce like a massive amount, and they're like, we just want this to be an evergreen thing for customizers. So if like you have an idea,
you can always go get it.
Pick up $25 figure and you can get it. Then they put them up for sale, and they must have ordered a lot, because it was this first reinforcement 1 was probably in stock for, I would say, like a week.
Wow.
And then everything started selling out, of course. But of course, there were ones that were just like gone for the first 2 days.
Right. And that's did they have a limit back then on how many you could buy per figure, or no?
They did the thing like where it was like 24 hours. I think there was a limit. And then after that, I think it was no holds barred, right?
Okay. Which is cool.
Yeah.
All right. But yeah, $200 for all in during this early bird special is what I think they're calling it there. It's going to go live October 14th. So this Saturday at 11 a.m. So, and that's Eastern time. So, adjust that where you need to. Again, they're in stock, shipping now. So if you get an order in, it will ship to you immediately, which is great.
Which it makes sense, which is why they're doing an all-in, because the way they get these from China is they just come in complete wave boxes. So if you ever order an all-in, those ones usually ship first when the wave comes, because they just have to slap a label on, send it out.
They don't have to repack anything yet.
Exactly. So that's what they're probably just like, we don't want to go through that work. Only all-ins.
Only all-ins, and then everything else they just take to Legion Con, which is happening this weekend, right? Or is it next weekend?
I don't know, but it's coming up. It's coming up
this month for sure. So there's gonna be lots of news from them coming out of that show as well.
It's crazy because Legions, that's their big wave reveal,
and we'll see what they do.
People are gonna be broke, bro. People are broke.
People already broke. No, yeah. I wonder if they're gonna do like we talked about this. Are they gonna just stick to Mythic, or are they gonna bring in new cosmic stuff where we just came off of the Ox Crew? I don't know.
No. Legion's Con is. Well, no, it's Legion's Con.
It's Legion's Con. Our show is called Legion's Landing. There's a reason we call it that.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
So I don't know. We'll see. I'm excited to see what comes out of there. And of course, I know Dorklayer is going, so follow his Instagram for any type of photos.
Gotta go 1 year to meet Dorklayer, man.
1/6 shooter's going to be there. And, I'm excited to see what they post. But yeah, I think it'd be a fun trip for sure. And this year it actually fell on my fall break. And it also did for Dorklayer too. We're both teachers.
Really?
And
we'll have to save up 1 year.
Yeah, to go for it. Yeah. It'd be fun experience.
Especially because of the stock that they have to buy there.
True. That's true.
You can get so much good stuff.
A lot of stuff. And there's a lot of I've been watching 1/6 shooter streams where he's doing the road to Legion's Con, and he's been bringing on a lot of people that are going to be vendors at the show. And a lot of these people are like customizers that are building dio pieces.
Yeah.
Doing those customs. I mean, Emil Wickman's going to be here. He's coming from Sweden.
Yeah. I saw like somebody filming there, and it's just like people that make customs and like custom figures. And like someone repainted this horse for like, have you ever seen like a black and white horse? It's like kind of like a cow almost. But they did this really amazing
like a painted horse. Yeah.
Yeah. And they repainted the brown Valius in it. It looked phenomenal.
That's cool. Yeah, no, that's another cool aspect of these is you get to see all these creative people messing around with Legion's figures,
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that's gonna wrap it up there for everyone there. That's our full breakdown of the Reinforcements 2 wave. So exciting figures.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Before we leave though, I wanted to ask you, which one is your favorite? Like if you could only get one, which one would you get?
Just was gonna ask you, man. What's your pick of the week, right? Your pick of the Legion here, your pick of the litter.
Well, yeah, not pick of the week, not pick of the week.
Not pick of the week. My must, like if I only could get one. Oh man. I'm gonna go I'm gonna go Cyclopean Orc. Or
That's
Orger.
cheating. That's cheating. That's cheating.
I'm going Ogre.
That's cheating. Okay. I'm gonna go with Shadow Orc.
See, that was my second choice. That was my second choice.
I'm feeling that Shadow Orc because
he's sick.
I voted for Gorthok, so I always loved Gorthok, and to get that like a Gorthok like Legionnaire, you know, oh, that's sick.
Yeah, no, and all that armor.
And especially, I love when you get a new piece. Like that's a helmet we never got, so it's cool.
Yeah, no, for me, I gotta get that Cyclopean. I just love that Cyclops head, dude.
All right, let me ask you though.
Yeah.
Which one's your pass?
Initially, I thought for sure the vampire, but
sleeper.
We all know that's a sleeper hit. We all know it's a sleeper. Honestly, for me, I'm gonna go the dwarf. I understand people love dwarfs. Golden Knight's also kind of low on my list, but Golden Knight's cool because it's a knight, but it's gold. But for me, just the dwarf. Yeah, there is some versatility in that figure, but I'm just not about it. It's not about the dwarf life, I guess. The mines, I don't yearn for the mines.
For me, my pass is the Gold Knight.
Yeah.
I think with it being from the Kickstarter, like that's the appeal of it, right? The appeal of it is like, oh my gosh, it's rare, nobody has it.
Super rare.
But beyond that, like, not only is the alternate head just the Templar head, which was part of the initial Kickstarter as well. So